Okay, y'all. Part one of how an Uber ride turned into a nightmare. Okay, so listen. I'm laying in my bed, minding my business, and I get a knock at the door. It's my son's friend, and he is asking me to order him a Turo car. Um, I don't know if everybody has Turo, but here in Texas, you can rent cars from private owners on a Turo app. So I'm really not feeling it. I'm like, no, I'm not about to do that, but for whatever reason, I agreed to it. So he's like, okay, be ready at this time. I'm going to come pick you up. And we're going to go to the person's house where the car is at. So I'm like, okay. Okay, part two of how an Uber ride turned into a nightmare. So, okay, he pulls up. He tells me to come on. I go outside, and I'm in a car with him and some people I don't know. I ain't tripping. But we riding. I'm like, dang, where are we going to get this car from? Because, I've drove 45 minutes to an hour to pick up a Toro car. So I'm not thinking nothing of it. I'm like, okay, we riding down this winding roads, a whole bunch of land. It's so beautiful. So we finally come to this entrance of this house. And it's like the country, because now we like in country areas. And I'm like, when we hit the entrance, it's a horse tied to the tree. Okay, like for part three. Okay, so I'm on part three of how Uber ride turned into a nightmare. So, we pull in, the horse is chained to the tree. Then there's a dead dog that is chained to the tree too, like hanging over the horse as if the horse is eating the dead dog. And then there's like this real vicious type of dog that is eating at the dead dog too. So, it was kind of weird. I'm like, oh, but it's the country. So I'm like, maybe that's what they do out in the farm. I'm like, okay, we about to get this car and we about to get up out of here because this is weird. So we drive up to the house. Nice house, big house. No reason to feel any type of way. The car that he said he was getting was sitting right there. So, the Uber driver was like, okay, I gotta go. Okay, part four. So the Uber driver, we sit in the car and the Uber driver's like, okay, well, I gotta go. So we had to get out the car. So they talking, the people, he in the house with the people, me and the other two people, we standing outside waiting for him to come out, but he not coming. So eventually we like kind of moseyed up on the porch. Then we just, kind of moseyed on inside the house. I mean, that's just how the flow and the conversation of it all was going. So I'm like, okay, now this is weird. Now, usually, it's a get and go. It's a process. You get the car, you go. So now I'm trying to get my son's friend's attention. Like, what are we doing? And why haven't we left yet? Like, what's going on? What's the problem? He was like, hold on, give me a minute. It's something wrong with the app. So I'm like, okay. So I sit on the couch. So now I'm peeping to see part five of how the Uber ride turned into a nightmare. So I'm peeping everybody in the house. I'm starting to look around and stuff, and I see it's like 3 big couches in a U shape. It's a big living room. It's a big nice house, and everybody just up in there chilling. There's kids running around, and I'm a daycare provider. I love the kids. So I see the baby. It's a new baby. And I'm like, oh, let me hold the baby. So they hand me the baby. And, people was walking around talking, having side conversations. I'm not even tripping. But I'm holding the baby and talking to the baby. And I look up. I'm laid back. I'm laid back on the couch with the baby like everybody else. Chilling. So now I'm chilling with a baby. So a girl, she walks up and hands me another baby. So I'm like, okay, oh. Okay, part 6 of how my Uber ride turned into a nightmare. So I'm holding the babies. I'm chilling. Now I look around. I'm up under a cover. My shoes is off. I got 2 babies in my arms. I'm chilling. So I look around like, what the heck is going on? Like I had entered I don't know, a time zone or something, because I don't know. I'm sitting here confused, like, why I'm on this couch with these kids, laid back like these other women on the other couches with babies in their hands. Now I got babies in my hands. So at this point, people start falling asleep. So now I'm getting nervous, and I'm like, yeah, I'm about to get up out of here. I'm about to get up out of here. So I put the babies down. I get up. Okay, boom. Part 7 of how my Uber ride turned into a nightmare. So I'm like, I'm about to get out of here. I don't know what's going on, because now I'm feeling uneasy, because these little boys that I came with is nowhere to be found. The TV's going. It's still, everything is like normal around the house, but I'm like, no, something is going on. So I'm like, I'm about to just get out of here. I'm about to make my way out the front door. Okay, so when I'm trying to walk out the front door, now here comes the owner of the house, this man. He's like, he's like, what's up? Where you going? You all right? And I'm like, yeah, I'm all right. I'm about to go out here on the porch and make a phone call. So when I try to open the door, he pushes the door closed and was like, nah, it's good. I got a room back in the back that you can, Okay, part 8 of how my Uber ride turned into a nightmare. So he's telling me he got this room in the back where I can go make a private phone call. And so I'm like, at this point he's scaring me. I'm trying to play it cool. Like, I'm not scared. Like, everything is kosher. Like, everything is cool. So I was like, oh, okay. I said, where's your restroom? Let me use the restroom first. So he was like, okay, follow me. But as he's walking off, he mumbles, yeah, because, you're going to be here for a while. So when he said that, I'm like, I already knew something was up. I'm like, oh, man, I got to get out this house. So he takes me to the bathroom. I go in the bathroom. I'm pacing the bathroom. Beautiful bathroom. I mean, laid. I mean, this house is laid beautiful. I'm pacing back and forth. I'm like, what the heck's going on? I'm trying to use my phone. Part 9 of how my Uber ride turned into a nightmare. So I'm in the bathroom trying to get out. So I'm like, okay, I can't stay here too long. Y'all don't want to seem suspicious. So I'm about to go out. Then I'm about to go into this room, because maybe this room that he say that I can use, I will get some type of reception so that I can use the phone. So I come out the bathroom. He's standing right there. So I'm like, okay, where did you say I can use the phone at? I'm still playing it cool, smiling, act like everything is good. So he say, right here. So I'm like, okay. So I go in the room. Nothing's in the room. I'm talking about nothing. No, nothing. It's just an empty room, like a bedroom with some nice drapes on the window, but that's it. So I look out the window. The window don't. Okay, part 10 of how my Uber ride turns into a nightmare. So I'm trying to exit this house, and I am looking at, I went to the window and looked behind the drapes. It was a big old picture window, but there was no open or close to this window. Okay? There was no way out. So now I'm panicking. The phone is still not working. And I'm sitting here trying to figure out, what the heck did I just get into? Where the hell am I at? Because I really didn't pay attention to where I was going, because, it was supposed to just be a quick pick up a Turo and turn around type of thing. So my dumb self is just stuck out like, oh my God, now I'm about to go into survival mode, because I know something ain't right at this point. Like for part 11. Okay, boom. Part 12 of how my Uber ride turns into a nightmare.
So now I'm going into survival mode. I'm like, I got to get out of here. Um, that's the only thing that was on my mind, to get out this house. So I open the door real slow. I look out, and ain't nobody. So I'm making my way to the door. I'm passing up the couches. Everybody on the couches is asleep. The baby's asleep. Everybody laid out. I get to the door. I'm unlocking it real slow so nobody can hear. As soon as I opened that door to go out, dude was like, "Hey." I'm like, "Oh, the room didn't work, so I'm just about to." How my Uber ride turned into a nightmare. So he's like, "Hey," and I'm like, "The room, my phone still didn't work in the room, so I'm just about to be out here on the porch, so I can make this phone call because I have to tell them where I'm at because I didn't tell nobody where I was at, so I just want to make sure ain't nobody worrying about me. So I'm about to go out here and just make a phone call." I said, "Can you tell David to come from back there because I need to talk to him?" So I walk out on the porch, and I'm stuck because I don't want to run because I'm in the middle of nowhere. So I know if I run, I'm already picturing the horse and a dead dog hanging from the tree. I'm already picturing back how weird now that everybody was on the couch under covers, like, I don't know, like they was up under some type of spell or something. And I'm like, what am I going to do? So now he's on part 13 of how my Uber ride turned into a nightmare. So now we both on the porch. I'm acting like, I'm trying to call somebody, but it's not working. So I'm just sitting there. I'm waiting. I'm like, where's David at? And I need to get home, and I didn't know it was gonna take this long. And I'm just trying to explain to him, really just talking to him, trying to feel him out and look at his face and see what his energy is, or what type of time he on. And he's acting just normal, just kosher, and telling me that they trying to fix the app, still trying to fix the app, and I feel like I've been there for hours and hours. So I'm like, okay. I was like, well, can you tell him to? Can you just please go get him and tell him to come out from back there so that we can talk about it because I need to see him. So it part 14 of how my Uber ride turned into a nightmare. So he's like, I think I done built his trust a little bit. He don't think I'm running. He think everything cool. So so he goes back in the house. He's like, okay, I'm about to go get him. So as soon as he go back in the house, it's like this little. The house was kind of like a cabin style frame, and it had just like this little slit in it on a porch. As soon as he went inside of the house, I went into that slit. I said, I'm about to hide in here because my thinking process is if they come outside and they don't see me, they're going to automatically take off and try to find me into the wilderness or whatever. So I'm thinking smart. Okay, so part 15 of how my Uber ride turned into a nightmare. So I go on a slit, and I'm waiting. I'm waiting for it to come out. I'm shaking in my boots. I am scared out of my mind. I do not know what to do. Boom. Now, I can see them. They come out the door. Now they cussing. They looking. Where she at? Oh man, why you let her go? How she got the house? They all talking to each other. So my feelings was correct. I knew something was going on. So I'm just standing there. So they making plans. You go this way, I go this way, up there, down there. She ain't gonna get far. She don't got nowhere to go. Oh my God. So I'm like, oh my God. I'm just standing there. I'm just standing there listening to them make this plan. So now I'm making a plan in my head. I'm like, I'm out of here. Part 16 of how my Uber ride turned into a nightmare. So now, three dudes get into the Turo car that we was supposed to go pick up, the one that was sitting in front of the house that we was supposed to come pick up. Three of the dudes get into the tarot car. They'd already made plans. He said he gonna take him so far, drop him off, and then take another one so far and drop him off, and they gonna meet up and do whatever they talks about doing. The other one went back in the house. So as soon as the other one went back in the house, I tiptoed off into the yard, heading back towards the horse and the dead dog hanging off the tree. Because I knew that is how we got in, that was the road, and that's the way I was going. So probably about a mile. I could see the entrance probably a mile or little less than a mile, but it was far off the entrance. So I'm booking it. Part 16 of how my Uber ride turned into a nightmare. If y'all made it this far, y'all invested. Okay, it's almost over. So I'm not really running, but I'm like trotting and making sure I'm paying attention to my surroundings and trying to make sure that, I can hear. So I'm not making a whole lot of noise, but I'm booking to that road. I'm walking. So I get to the road, nothing. So I turned back the way we turned in, and I'm walking, but I'm trying to find, trying to think if I hear somebody or I see a car coming, how I can jump behind something, but it really ain't nothing that I can jump behind. It's like really nothing. It's like just an open space. So I'm scared as heck. So I'm just walking, and I come up on this bridge. So I'm like, okay, I'm about to go up under this bridge. Okay, so part 16 or 17, I lost count of it's almost over though. So I said I see the bridge. It's like a little bridge. It's like a small little bridge, but there's no water up under anything, but you can walk over it. So I said I'm about to go sit up under this bridge and try to figure out what's my next steps, because I'm scared. I'm shaking my boots. I just know, they on their way back, or somebody is in the area looking for me now because of the plan that I heard them making. So I sit there. I'm like, God, please help me get out of the situation. Please send me the right direction. Please send somebody my way so that I can flag them down. But I'm scared to flag anybody down because, I can't see who's coming. So I don't want to flag a car down and be that car. So I'm just sitting here like, oh my God, I'm so scared. I don't know what to do. Final part. Part 17 of how my Uber ride turned into a nightmare. So I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden, I hear this siren. It's like really loud. The siren is going off really loud, and I'm like, what the heck is that? And I'm looking around, y'all, and I sit up. Why I sit up? And I am sitting in my bed of my bedroom. And the sirens was in a tornado warning on my cell phone because we was having a tornado. Baby, I was so happy I had never been so happy to see my bed in my life, baby. It was all a dream, y'all. It was all a dream. Oh my